What's going on, everybody? It's Ricky with Videohomicide with another channel update. It's been a while, but I want to quickly remind everybody that Cinema 187 issue 3 is in full swing right now. We're currently taking submissions, artists, all that stuff. Submit to cinema.187 on Instagram. Do so before Friday, April 21st, 2023. You'll be able to get down, and it's going to be a good time. So yeah, man, I've been messaging people. People have been getting to me saying, hey, I want to submit. Is there any themes? No, there's not really any themes. It's just like, send me what the fuck you got. The first one, there was like a theme where me and my buddies, Trash Dash, Radioactive Blobfield, Kyle, we all drew the same characters. So we did 3 movies, and we each drew the same character. Mickey from Natural Born Killers. We did the priest from Gates of Hell, or City of the Living Dead. And we did Pedro, who's the blood pressure guy from Dawn of the Dead. And I thought that was really fucking awesome. I had a lot of fun making that zine. And then around the block came issue 2. I was like, man, we got to do an issue 2. Radioactive Blobfield, me and him, we've been putting a lot of fucking time into this shit. And, it's been quite a blast to see what can be created when you're put sort of under this self-imposed time limit, or like this, I don't know, man. I feel like in the last couple of months, like when I look at my art from even 2021, and then I look at the stuff from now, it's just night and day. And me and Radio have been talking about this, and he's like, yeah, man, like, we look back at the old zines and our old art and stuff like that, and we go, fuck, we could have done so much better. But you know what? We had to do that stuff in order to get where we are now. And when I look at like my Clockwork Orange piece, and I compare that to like something that I did in 2020, it's insane, like the amount of improvement. So what I would recommend to all artists out there, writers, musicians, anybody, just keep at it, don't stop. Do it in your free time. Do it because you want to, because you love it. Don't do it because you think you're gonna get fucking famous, like that's the thing. Like, to go on a little bit of a rant, like YouTube, I feel like is sort of like the way of the past, and I feel like Instagram has sort of like really became my favorite means of social media, only because you can get more artwork out of it. And what I mean by that is, like, there's a lot of people on YouTube making art and stuff like that, but a lot of it is the kind of art I don't give a fuck about. And the good thing about Instagram is you can go on there, find someone who you really respect as an artist or really enjoy their work, and then look at who they're following, or look at who's following them, vice versa, and you can find like similar stuff. When you follow like a really cool, like, fucking, say like horror artists on there, when you follow them, you're quickly prompted with a bunch of people that you can follow that are kind of like them. And I found tons of cool people like that. So take use of that. If you really want to get inspired, go on Instagram, find some stuff to, or better, man, like go to a library. Like, if you're like, don't know what to draw, for instance, I haven't done this myself, but I've been thinking about it. Like, just go to the library, pick like 3 books of topics that you enjoy, picture books, of course, and then just like look at some, like, for instance, like I would go to a library, pick up a book on ancient Egypt, ancient Japan, samurai shit, and then maybe like New York City architecture book, and then just find some fucking inspiration out of that. Because that's like, I feel like therapy is a very expensive thing, and I feel like a lot of people probably need therapy, but you can make your own therapy, man. Like, when I draw, I just feel so fantastic, and like after I finish the piece, it's like a weight has been lifted. It's like you just told someone your darkest secrets, or whatever the fuck, however you want to put that. It's just, we live in a good time for artists, because if you're feeling like you can't figure out what you want to draw or whatever, just go on there, and you might even just, like, let's say this is the picture, right? And there might be something like right there that sparks your interest, and you're like, fuck, look, that little tiny skull, or like that little castle. It just, now I want to draw a castle, shit like that is just awesome. And that happens to me all the time. Like, I'm sure I'm not the only one that you're sitting at your drawing table, you're looking around your fucking apartment or your studio or wherever you're at, and all you need to do is like see a name of a film. Like, you could be looking at the wall and you see Phantasm, and you're like, oh fuck, that ball, that sphere in Phantasm, like I should do something like that. And then all of a sudden you're making your own weapons, and it's really fun. I think that drawing is probably one of the best things for me personally, other than my girlfriend. Like, I think that drawing is just like a perfect way to end the night, and just or spend the whole day doing. I look forward to just being able to like go outside in the nice weather You know, me and Kayla go down to the park or down to the riv or something like that and just sit there, chill out, draw what you see. I'm not a big, like, I don't draw what I see. I don't sit there and, you know, do live models or try to draw a fucking glass of milk or something like that. A lot of people do that, but for me, I just can't do that. One of my biggest, you know, weaknesses in drawing is like I cannot do realism, but I can do my style, you know? Like I could look at someone's picture of like a, for instance, like a Hanya mask or like an Oni or any kind of like Japanese demon shit. I can look at it, and if I try to like copy it, or like if I'm trying to like do it, you know, verbatim, it's gonna look like dog shit. It's the same reason why when you look at Homer Simpson and then you try to draw Homer Simpson, it doesn't look like it, is because it's hard to make something look like something that already exists, you know. And that's why, like, even when I was doing graffiti, like my characters, like I did my own characters because I knew I'd never be able to do, you know, Nelson Muntz Justice or fucking, you know, insert Bugs Bunny or anyone like that. It's just too hard to make them look exact. So cop out, make your own shit, man. And it always felt good and it always looked good. And anybody that's interested in seeing any of my graffiti stuff from back in the day, I'm no longer actively doing graffiti. I haven't in like 2 years at least. So anybody that wants to see any of that stuff, message me on my Instagram at Videohomicide, and I'll let you see some of that shit from there. But I don't just willy-nilly give out my, you know, stuff like that. I have a lot of video of me doing it and stuff. I will post it eventually. I'm just waiting for like the statute of limitations to sort of calm down, make sure everything's gone before I start showcasing shit. I'm sure most of it's gone by now, but you never know. But yeah, getting back to 187, so returning artists like Jaime Filer, you know, Cinema Sketchbook is going to get down again. Of course, Radioactive Blob Fuel. I'm sure Trash Dash will get involved in some way. And, you know, anybody that wants to get down, Cami, Reader 1717, she's getting down with this one. We read her article that she submitted like 2 weekends ago. It's fucking crazy. It's awesome. I love it. Can't wait to see it. She's also working on another piece for the zine that she showed me a bit of, and it looks amazing. Can't wait for that. And I just also got from Rotten Apple Records, which is a distribution company. Like, you know, there's some stuff that I'm really excited for, and it's only just been like a few days since I made like it known that I'm accepting submissions. So I feel like I give everybody a decent amount of time, like starting, you know, I let it be known at the beginning of March, and it's going until the end of April. So not the end, but, you know, we picked April 21st. Like I said to Radioactive, I was like, yo, dude, should we make it 420? He's like, that might be a little too on the nose. Make it 21st. And I was like, yeah, no fucking shit. So there we go, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with that. And currently my apartment is like not in fucking shambles, but I'm just trying to sort a lot of stuff. Like I had all these binders with fucking scripts, like Nightmare on Elm Street and fucking Snatch. I think I had Evil Dead. I have a bunch of these scripts, and they're all in individual binders. So what I did the other night was I took them all out and I put them into one binder. So now I've just freed up like fucking this much space on a shelf. Amazing feeling. And I have all of my production binders from all the short films I did, mostly in college, the ones I did, because you had to keep these production binders, which was a practice that I stopped doing as soon as I got out of college. But I was like, I'm going to put all these into one. And I was looking at them and I was like, no, I can't. I can't do it. I got to keep them separate, because it was like I remember making those and just being like, this is so sick. And I remember like I'm so happy I'm not in film school anymore. And I just reject any kind of like film school bullshit, because I feel like when I went to film school, it was basically like run by people that I felt like fucking that guy in, there's like I don't know if it's what it is, but it's that one dude with a mustache that was like the chief of police in 22 Jump Street. I think he was in Office or like one of those shows like that, and he's in a Home Depot, and a guy comes up and he's like, can I help you? And he goes, I know more than you. That's how I felt when I was at film school with some of these motherfuckers. Not all of them, but a lot of them were just like dipshit fucking bozos, didn't know anything, sitting there showing me a bunch of YouTube videos. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm paying 10 grand a year for this shit. No, fuck that shit. If you're gonna go to film school, definitely think about it long and hard, and do a lot of research into the film school you're going into, and research the professors. Because if they're just some fucking dipshit that did like a fucking, you know, I don't know, Pepsi commercial or whatever it is. Like, you want to be taught by people that are actually in the business, not people that get people coffee, you know, so keep that in mind. Rant over. But yeah, I have a lot of stuff on my plate in terms of creativity. Like, I have a lot of projects I'm currently working on. Biggest one, of course, being Cinema 187 number 3, and Raise the Dead issue 5, and Filthy Ralph issue 3. So those are all things that I want to get done this year. I'll definitely be able to get at least 2 more Raise the Deads out this year, so I'm hopefully be up to about issue 7 or maybe even issue 8. We'll see how it goes, but I think after issue 10 I'm going to rename it and start off with a new series. I haven't really decided if I'm going to do that or not yet, but I'm thinking about it. So anybody interested in getting all of the zines, by the way, so like we got issue 1 and 2 of Cinema 187. We've got my graffiti zine, which you can only see pretty much through buying it this way. We got Radioactive Blobfuel's Coffee, which is adaptation of the film. We got Raise the Dead number 4, Raise the Dead number 3, number 2, and of course number 1, which is my solo art zine. And then we've got my solo comic that I created called Filthy Ralph and Filthy Ralph issue 2. So there's also a few mini zines and a bunch of stickers you get when you order it. Currently, I think I have like 9 or 8 copies of all of these left. Like, I have a bunch of copies of them separately, but I have like 8 or 9 packages put together. So if you buy them before they run out, before these like 8 packages run out, you can get all those for $20 US shipped. Okay, so do it now, because once those are gone, I can't do that. I can't afford that again, you know, to do that kind of deal. So take advantage of it now, because everybody that submits to 187, they got all 9 issues. So think of it that way. If you submit to number 3, don't just fucking like draw a picture of a happy face, send it in, and say I'm submitting. No, it's not. It doesn't fucking work that way. All right, I reserve the right to tell you to fuck yourself. But I don't do that because I'm a nice guy. But I reserve the right to do so. So anybody down for that, go right ahead. Message me, cinema.187 on Instagram. You can message me at Videohomicide as well, but it's just better to go through the cinema Instagram. It just, I don't know, it's how I roll. But yeah, I've currently printed a bunch of stuff and hung a bunch of stuff all over the place. New art and stuff like that. Old art. I might not be able to give you the best idea of it, but you can see like all of the art everywhere. I'm watching Red Cow Arcade right now, doing a Cinemassacre rant. I love those guys. Red Cow Arcade, they like basically make all these videos talking shit about like the Cinemassacre channel, like how fucking bad it like went in the last couple of years. It's hilarious. I've pissed my pants a few times watching these guys, so highly recommended. If you know Cinemassacre, because like these guys are fans of Cinemassacre, but they're breaking balls, so it like works for me. So I like that. But anyways, it's currently 10 to 1 o'clock in the morning, and the sons of bitches are coming tomorrow morning to check the fire alarm. So they're coming between 9 and 1, which is a spectacular window. Plus, I got to be at work for 3, so for fuck's sakes. I hate when they have to come in here, man, but what can you do? At least I'm home. I get to fucking know that they're not taking a couple of fucking, you know, choice DVDs off the shelf, because I don't trust no motherfuckers in here, man. I don't lend my movies. I highly recommend you don't lend your movies either, unless you know the person is going to like bring them back. Like, you're not going to be like asking for months, because like I've had like family members say, oh, can I borrow? And no, sorry, it's not happening, because to them it's just like, oh, it's just a movie. But to me it's like, no, this is like a passion of mine. Like I collect these fucking things. Okay, you wouldn't ask to borrow someone's baseball card, you know, especially when you can just look at the front and back on Google. And with all these movies, you can go on YouTube, or not YouTube, but you can go on Google and find the movies. Like, we live in an era where you could find anything at the drop of a hat, any episode of a show. The only thing we're lacking online are like special features and commentaries. Once they figure that out, motherfuckers are going to be, you know, it's going to be a nightmare. But we got lots of cool labels putting out movies all the time. I haven't been buying movies, but you know, I plan on buying some maybe around my birthday or something. I'm just not that concerned in paying, or I'm not like that obsessed or needing to spend like $50 to $60 on a goddamn movie. Anywhere from, let's be realistic, anywhere from 30 to 60 bucks is pretty much where you're spending on like your boutique-y kind of shit, which is the stuff I'm interested in, because they're putting out the stuff I like. You know, I'm not interested in rebuying my shit in 4K. I've only bought 2 movies in 4K, and or 3, but they're movies that I know I wouldn't be able to get a better deal. So with that being said, I appreciate everybody for watching. Make sure you leave a 666 in the comments. Check out the Cinema 187 Instagram page. There's lots of cool art there. And looking forward to hearing from some of you guys. If you want to get down with the zine, get down. If not, fuck off. I think I'm going to smoke a huge joint and then edit this video and crash. Adios. 666 in the comments. Please.